Hi Colchester, I'm Amy Minor, your Superintendent of Schools. In Colchester, our schools are the heart of our community. As residents get prepared to head to the polls on town meeting day, there are several ways to get informed. This video is part of the Your Vote Matters series and will give you information about the school district and the proposed budget. Also, please look for our annual report to the community, which you will find in your mailbox sent to every Colchester resident in February. While many districts face declining numbers, Colchester's are holding steady. Our student enrollment is as strong today as it was a decade ago, and current projections show that enrollment will grow in the coming years. But growth isn't just about numbers. It's about meeting every single student where they are, ensuring no one is left behind. That commitment to the individual is paying off. Recent statewide testing results show our students performing well above the state average, outpacing the state by 6 points in both literacy and science, and an impressive 13 points in math. These results are no accident. They are the direct outcome of our highly skilled educators and strategic investments in literacy and math interventionists. By combining professional expertise with evidence-based programs like From Phonics to Reading, we saw an 11-point jump in early literacy in just 1 year. Across all grades, we are deepening learning through comprehension and real-world modeling. To support this academic growth, we needed facilities to match the caliber of our students. Voters approved a district-wide facilities bond in November of 2024, and this past October, we officially broke ground on the new 2-story addition at Porters Point School. The first step allows us to replace 60-year-old infrastructure with modern, safe, and accessible environments. As part of the planned project, we've even opened a new inclusive playground at Porters Point School, ensuring every child, regardless of ability, has a place to play. This summer, we'll break ground at Union Memorial School. Residents can see a full breakdown of the construction schedule in the annual report or at csdbond.org. State law requires our voter-approved facility bond payments to be included in our annual operating budget. For the proposed FY27 budget that will be on the ballot on town meeting day, the operational portion of the budget was held to a 4.51% increase, with the remaining 3.62% going towards the facilities bond. To balance the much-needed facilities work while protecting our taxpayers, the school board identified over $1 million in strategic reductions for the FY27 budget. By shifting maintenance costs to capital reserves and streamlining external services, we are containing costs while keeping the focus on the classroom. Colchester has a long tradition of being fiscally conservative, consistently spending below the county and statewide average in per-pupil spending. In fact, over the last decade, our average tax increase has been just 2.73%. Colchester is currently wrapping up a town-wide reappraisal. Since the real estate market has increased significantly since the last reappraisal was completed in June of 2011, this will adjust property assessments to the fair market value. In response, the Vermont Department of Taxes recommended the district update components in the FY27 education tax calculation to accommodate the reappraisal. This will lower the education tax rate by an estimated 44%, from $1.86 to an estimated $1.05. It's important to note that doesn't necessarily mean taxes are going down. It simply makes sure that as property values increase, the tax rate is lowered so the correct amount of taxes are collected. Because the assessment is still being finalized and individual assessments haven't been sent out yet, we are unable to provide the specific home value impact information that we normally do each year. But nonetheless, the goal of the school board remains keeping the tax impact in line with the decade average of 2.73%. It's also important to note that approximately 70% of Vermont households receive a property tax credit based on their income. If your household income was less than $115,400 last year, you likely qualify for a credit, meaning you wouldn't pay the full amount of the education tax. You can find more information on how to apply at tax.vermont.gov. We would like to remind our families and everyone in the community that your vote matters. Looking back over the years, voter turnout is low on town meeting day, and ballot items can often come down to just a few votes. Finally, let's look at the language you'll see on the ballot, which is set by state statute. You'll see 3 main numbers: the total budget amount, the per pupil spending amount, and the percent change in that per pupil spending. It's important to clarify that the 9.49% change you'll see on the ballot is not the budget increase. nor is it your tax rate. It is the change in our per pupil spending, which includes the facilities bond. If you remove that bond payment, our per pupil spending change is actually only 2.26%. This is a clear reflection of the board's commitment to keeping local operational costs as low as possible. So mark your calendars to vote at Colchester High School on Town Meeting Day on Tuesday, March 3rd. Or you can vote early at the town offices to make your voice heard, because your vote matters.